What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we have a busy day. I have an hour drive out to Montgomery County, which is like the north side of Houston. And the reason I'm making this drive is because we're actually going to look at some land to develop. As you guys know, I did a recent development project in the city of Houston, and though it took me 3 years and everything that could go wrong did go wrong, I learned a lot, made a lot of people money, got my lenders paid back, but we didn't make any money. But I view it as my tuition into the development game, and we're going to take that knowledge and potentially do something bigger and better with the possibility of making more profit, right? Because that's why we do it, guys. This isn't a charity. I did that project to learn and make money, and though the market wasn't on my side, I think that this new venture might be a little bit more profitable. And if I could do, 3 to 4 of these a year on top of everything else that I have going, I think it would be good. So we're going to look at some land. It's right at an acre or 2 acres, I'm not exactly sure, in an undeveloped neighborhood, and we are going to potentially do 2 luxury build homes. We're talking like $2 million homes. It's very common for this little pocket of where we're headed. And yeah, I'm going to talk to you guys about why I want to do a luxury new build. It's something that I've been curious about for the last 3 years since I started my other development project, and I just like a lot more things about this side of it versus building in the city of Houston, which I'll talk about. But let's make this drive, and then I'll get into maybe a little bit of the numbers and just what we're looking at purchasing the land for. And we're also meeting my boy Adriel, who was the person who originally got me into new construction. So I'm following his lead on a lot of this, but he's one of the smartest people I know. So I think it'll be a good investment as long as the numbers pan out. All right, so we've made it to the stop. Well, I'm waiting on Adriel to get here, but I have to wait on him because we are actually backed up to a golf course. So this is why it was very attractive for us, because it's like a golf course / country club right next door. It's going to be a gated community, and some of the homes that are selling like right by here in another neighborhood, which we're probably going to go check out, they're already selling in the 2 millions and they don't have a gate, right? Or private access, right? And this is just an added selling feature. And so yeah, we're gonna go take a look. I gotta wait on him because I can't even get inside. And then basically the country club in that neighborhood is on one side, and then the new developing neighborhood is gonna be on the back side of it. But yeah, it's gonna take a few more months. They don't even have roads in. So this is why I was actually supposed to come up here a couple weeks ago, but it's been raining in Houston. But today we're gonna finally get to take a look because I really want to see the layout. I want Adriel to break it all down for me, which he already has, and sent me kind of like a pitch deck and everything. But me, I need to see some things, right? And one thing that I love about this area is that it is developing a lot. As you guys see, there's a lot of industrial development going on, a couple miles outside of the neighborhood, and then pulling up to the neighborhood, there's 300, 500 and $1 million homes, right? So we're just hitting that higher tax bracket as we get deeper, and especially being around the country club as well. What's good, bro? God. How you living?
Osmo, bro.
All right, guys, so currently we've made it to the site. They are working on the road, so that's good. That's progress because they hadn't done anything before. Choose the lot that you did.
One is because the elevation over there is more flat, so you don't have to worry about doing a retaining wall. That can cost quite a bit. You can see the land here just drops off. So you're gonna either have to build a retaining wall or add a bunch of dirt to be able to build, and it'll be a lot more cost. So down there, the land is basically flat, so I don't have to worry about that. That was the biggest reason. If you go that way, near the very end, a lot of the lots are more like this. So that's why I didn't want to go, something that was gonna build a $100,000 retaining wall on the build cost. So down there, it's more flat. I don't know if it matters, but the very north part is zoned to Montgomery ISD, and everything else is zoned to Magnolia ISD.
Okay.
And according to my realtor, that part of Montgomery ISD is better than Magnolia. Okay. But I don't think it's a big difference. They're both good school districts out here, but that was a small factor. The biggest thing was just it being flat, and I'm right at a cul-de-sac out there, and the other side is a retention pond, so there's no neighbors, so it's more peaceful. But it's a little bit of a drive, yeah. I mean, not when you drive, it's not much, but it's definitely. From the front gate all the way here is like a 10-minute journey, 15-minute journey.
So how long ago did you buy your lots?
I closed on it end of March. I got under contract end of February because March 1st, he raised the prices on everything from 200 an acre to I think like 225 an acre.
Gotcha.
So.
Which is why I'm here to take a look, because as you guys see, with the roads going in, development is happening. The prices are only going to go up, and by the time they get the electrical, the water, and everything in, how much more you think it'll go up?
Maybe 270 an acre, 255.
And you paid how much?
I paid 200 an acre.
200. So, you know, we're talking 50 to 70K difference on price, right? Which could be an extra 100K if we buy 2, which would be the plan, right? Because you've bought 3?
I bought 3 lots.
3, and then you have another investor that bought
3 lots.
3 lots. So
Before the price increase.
Before the price increase. So right now we're at how much? 220?
Well, a regular infill lot is I think 225, and a cul-de-sac lot is 250.
Okay.
But back then they had cul-de-sacs and infill the same price, 200 flat.
200
so
flat.
I bought 1 cul-de-sac and 2 infills, and my other guy, same thing, bought 1 cul-de-sac and 2 infill lots.
Okay.
The cul-de-sac lots are bigger, so they're pricier. They're like 1.8, 2 acres. So that's gonna be like, at that time, 350 or 400K almost for a lot, while the 1.5 acre was only 300K flat.
Gotcha.
So now my same lot that's the cul-de-sac I pay 300K for would be 375.
Damn.
75K jump after March 1st.
And that's just that's a 2-month difference, right?
Yeah, and now once these roads are progressing more, it's gonna jump again. So instead of 375, that'll probably get up to 450. So I basically got mine for a huge discount by being early.
That's crazy.
It's gonna be like sloping like that. There's no sewer. You need to put a septic tank in your lot.
Just added cost.
Right. I'm doing the plans. Companies charged me $1,600 for just the plans, permitting, plan running, and I got a bunch of quotes from the city approved septic people, and the cheapest one is like 15K, 13K. A lot of them were at 20, 21, but I found one that was like, I was if I built 3 houses.
What can you do for
What
me?
can you do for me?
Yeah.
So, no, I'm glad to see some progress, because last time I was out here, it was just the Wild West.
Yeah. So how many?
There's 72 total lots, and they've sold or pending 32 of them, so almost halfway.
So the last time Adriel came, there was nothing getting done. So in 2 months, we're really making progress, which is why I wanted to come see, because I need to pull the trigger soon if we're gonna buy some of these. Just sitting. But it looks with Digco going in, I mean, this shit's about to get... Where are we at right now?
We are at the Reserve in Montgomery County.
All right, so I'm here with the man, the myth, the legend, Adriel, the guy who got me into new development. If you guys have seen a video, it's actually one of my best performing videos, is the new construction. So we did new construction. You've been building in the city. Why are you making the transition? And then let's talk a little bit about this deal.
Yeah, so I'm seeing that the starter homes are getting kind of oversaturated with the interest rates being high and supply being high and demand being low. So I'm pivoting to higher end luxury homes, as I'm hoping that there's less competition for these higher end homes and there's more profit margin if you provide a good product. So that's basically the reason I'm here.
Yeah. And so like I told you guys, we did 4 townhomes in Houston. Terrible experience just based on permitting, COVID. I mean, everything that you can think went wrong, right? And when I was talking to my realtor who sold my property, she's like, I wouldn't really, because I was looking at doing duplexes, right? Duplexes are getting everybody's building duplexes right now, especially in the city. Permitting, they've changed regulations even since I started building. So she was like, I would do single family townhomes again if you want, because you can still sell them as duplexes or even a quadplex, which is how I sold mine. But then he presented this opportunity. So you've already bought how many lots?
So I bought 3 lots here in the Reserve at 300K each, so 900K in just 3 lots, and I'm gonna build 2 houses first.
So he's starting with 2 houses, which is what intrigued me, right? And like I told you guys, smartest friend I have, so I'm trusting your leadership on a lot of this, but you've never steered me wrong. Right?
And this is a gamble, because I've never built high-end homes, and instead of just building 1, I'm building 3, 2 here and 1 in the city. So
okay,
it can go really well, or it can go really bad. So we'll see.
So what was appealing though about this lot, and what were you looking for initially? Because I know you were looking out here, but you weren't planning on buying on this side.
Right, I wasn't looking in this specific neighborhood, because when I was looking out here in Montgomery, the land was at a price point that was cheap enough, but the homes were still selling over $1.5 million. While in the city, the homes that sell for 1.5 to 2 million, you're spending at least double the price on the land. So that made sense. The land is cheap enough, but you're still selling for the high price. And that's what came to this area of Montgomery. And then I was actually looking outside of this neighborhood, but the land out there was about the same price as the land in this neighborhood. And this neighborhood is inside a private gated community. So I figured same price, land inside the gated community or land outside. So I decided to buy inside.
Yeah, right. So it should create a little bit more exclusivity. Now, the only downside is we come through a golf course neighborhood, right? There are amenities, right, that we don't have access because of the people selling this land. There was a family feud back in the day and all of that. So we're hoping by the time we get developed, they can at least purchase access, right? But even if not, we're on 1.5 acre lots where most of these people will be building a pool. I know you're building a pool. My idea would be same, like try to build one with a pool, maybe build one without, see which one does better. Or if we build the one with the pool first and it sells good, then we know that that already works, right? And we're hoping to create the comps in this neighborhood, right?
Yep.
And so there was how many lots total, and then how many have sold so far?
So there are 72 lots in this subdivision, and I think 32 have sold so far. So almost halfway.
Almost halfway, which is why I'm here today. Like I told you guys, I want to see it. I've already got my lender on board, but I just need to physically see it. We're gonna go tour some other neighborhoods and other parts where they're close to the golf course and just kind of see what's going on in the area so that I can give the full package to my lender, and then we can make a decision and start moving forward on how quickly we can close on these lots, and then we'll start building. I mean, we're seeing progress. When would you like to start building?
I was hoping start of July I'd start breaking ground, but it's probably gonna be mid-August at this point, looking at how long they're taking for all this. So
because we've had a lot of rain, guys, and it's red clay mud, as you guys know, so they couldn't run the utilities. Like I showed you guys, the culverts just went in for the drainage, right? So they've just now started making more progress, probably because more lots have sold over the last couple months, so they know now that we got to get things done. So that's why we're here, guys. We're just touring, we're looking at new opportunities and trying to make a decision, which, I mean, I've pretty much already made the decision. I'm going to do it. I just wanted to physically see it, and then we start pulling the trigger, and then also we can buy supplies, we can do designs different, like we can help each other as we go through this process, right?
Right.
So as you guys can see, though, this is the beginning of the neighborhood, doing everything. Like I said, they got the culverts in, they got all the people here, water, they're doing the lines for the electrical, and just getting everything structured for the neighborhood. So like Adriel said, you know, they weren't really doing a lot a couple months ago, but now that most of the lots have sold, we're making a lot of progress. And you guys can see it's rained a lot. This mud is just so unstable, so it really set us back a couple months. Now, as we come out of the neighborhood, you guys can see this is the golf course side, and this is already one of the developed homes. We're gonna go look at some lots of some undeveloped ones. This is probably like a $2.5 million home right here. Beautiful home, and there's all different types of designs here as well. So we gotta kind of figure out what we're gonna build, how we're gonna design it, and everything in between. All right, so next up, we're going to check out a neighborhood that is close by that a couple people we know have built in. The lots are a little bit cheaper, but it's not in a gated community or near the golf course. So we're gonna go see just kind of the designs, and we know the numbers a little bit, but this is the area we want to build in because of the exclusivity with the gate, the golf course, and everything. But it's always good to see your comps and what's going on outside, because there's a lot of development going on in this area. So they're working on this one, and then this one was built by a guy, he's a YouTuber here in Houston, which is what initially attracted me to doing the luxury builds. But you can see a really nice home, but this area is still developing. But once again, we're not in a gated community. I think that's the major appeal for us, is being in a gated community by a golf course with exclusivity. All right, guys, we have finally made it back home. Over 2 hours of travel and a lot of houses that we looked at today. And it was just so good to see the different products that are on the market versus what we want to build. And it's just crazy to see how much that area is growing. And if we decide to pull the trigger, which I'm 95% sure, it's going to be a long process. I mean, even if we buy the land now, we can't start construction until August. It's currently about to be June. And then, you know, getting plans approved, breaking ground, doing foundation. If it rains, like, there's so many factors. And then once we start, I mean, it's going to take 8 to 10 months to build this big, beautiful home. And then we would build one, see how that does, and then we would start the second one. Like I said, Adriel, he's doing 3. Another investor, they're doing 3. I think 2 is a safe spot. And then if it goes completely terrible, I'll still make money on the land that I bought. So I don't know. It's just a lot of moving factors when it comes to these deals, especially when you're talking about building a $2 million home. Because in reality, we would love for it to sell at 2.5 2.1, maybe 2.2, worst case 1.8, but we'll see. I got to go over the numbers. I got to get in touch with the agent who's selling the land. There's just a lot of moving parts, but I wanted to show you guys the process because I'm pretty sure I'm pulling the trigger, and I want you guys to see inception and take you guys through the process as we start to build these homes. So that's gonna be it for today's video. If you guys haven't already, make sure you like, subscribe, and turn on post notifications. I'm dropping weekly videos. Until next time, guys, peace.